Michael St. John along with Paul Adams at ringside, and to kick things off, a newcomer out of Tallahassee, Florida, a Seminole, and Tom Street to take on the very popular Wolfie D.
And we're starting off here strong this week, Michael. We got one of the top players here in the MCW and Wolfie D, and we're starting off strong in the crowds into it, and it's a capacity crowd this week here for MCW.
Your referee is Robert Briscoe. This match one fall, and right away Wolfie D going right to work on Mr. Tom Street. Don't know a lot about this newcomer out of the great state of Florida, but he comes in here showing his prowess to the crowd. I mean, he was thumping around the ring like he's some superstar, and Wolfie D right away jumps in the ring and takes control of the match.
Look at those pants right there. This is another thing that these referees like Briscoe need to get a hold of around here. Look at that outfit. You know, most people wear wash and wear pants. Look at Wolfie D. It's just wear, and something needs to be done about that as well.
I think that's just a sign of the times and the trend, the fad, the clothing style, if you would, of the young people. And you got to remember that Wolfie D comes out of that outstanding tag team with JC Ice as PG-13. They started out at a very young age in professional wrestling as a tag team, but both men have been successful as a tag team, but are now very successful individual single competition wrestlers.
That's exactly right. You know, JC's going to be here later in the hour. As you see, Street almost getting him over there for a 3 count, but really all Wolfie needs to do is let go of the hold right there, and he'll be all set. But yeah, you're talking about the clothes and a sign of the times and all that, and these PG-13s. You know, another sign of the times is metal detectors in schools. That's the kind of stuff that this PG represents. It's stuff like that I'm against. I don't know what's wrong with these kids these days.
The only problem that PG-13 or i.e. Wolfie D would have with a metal detector is the fact that that hubcap may make it go off, but that's about it. These are two of the finest young wrestlers in the sport today.
And you see him right there back to a headlock. He's got, you know, he started out a house of fire like we were talking about there with a lot of moves we haven't seen from Wolfie over the last couple of weeks. I think mainly because, Michael, he's been suffering from a lot of nagging injuries and new injuries. More, you know, that have been created more severely week after week after week by Flash Flanagan, and I think he's in there this week. He's a little bit more healthy than we've seen. He's had time to recuperate over the holidays, and he's been taking it right to Tommy Street.
I think he's also been a little tentative because he, as much as us, do not know a whole lot about Tommy Street, and there we see Street back out of the way, and Wolfie D takes the punishment in the turnbuckle.
Another thing we might be seeing here as far as Wolfie coming out strong this week, stronger than we've seen him in the last couple of weeks, is I think perhaps he thinks that he has settled his feud with Flash Flanagan. Maybe he's thinking that he doesn't have to watch his back or worry about getting jumped from behind like he has in the last couple of weeks, and he's focused on his opponent in the ring this week rather than watching his back for premeditated attacks.
Fact be known is that Wolfie D was attacked here on television a few weeks back, attacked with a ladder, and the ladder literally scissored on this man. And Wolfie D, as you say, has had some nagging injuries, but the fact of the matter remains that he has taken the measure of Flash Flanagan, and if Flash Flanagan results wrestling to wrestling, Wolfie D will take the measure every time, but the fact is Flash Flanagan does not always wrestle. He likes to come out and just, quite frankly, street brawl at times.
Well, and you're talking about those nagging injuries there and the ladder. His neck was aggravated in the first place, and it was even more severely damaged by that ladder incident with Flash Flanagan. It'll be interesting to see what kind of homework our man, Mr. Street, has done if he's going to go after that neck. You see Wolfie coming back right here. He caught him on the top, and that may be trouble for Tommy Street.
And Tommy Street locked on that top turnbuckle. Wolfie D going up for that bulldog, and there we go. Whoa, look at that. Ramming his head into the mat, and down goes Street. Let's see if Wolfie D closes it off right here.
I think he's calling for the power bomb, Michael.
He's setting it up. Our capacity crowd looking forward to this one. The spinning power bomb. There it is. Street goes down. Here comes the cover. 1, 2, 3. Victory for Wolfie D. Oh, look out.
And here comes Flanagan again.
Flanagan
He's in there with a chair. And Flanagan just under the ring with a chair. Michael, I spoke too soon. I'm talking about how he doesn't have to watch his back. Evidently, this still is not over between Wolfie D and Flash Flanagan. It looks like he's putting the chair over his wrist there a lot like he did with the ladder in his neck 3 weeks ago.
He's got that chair locked over the ring. Oh, my gosh. That is a wrist-breaking maneuver. I've seen several wrestlers
and we're
with
just
their
talking
wrist broken in exactly that manner, and I believe that has just occurred in our ring here on MCW.
And Flanagan's staying right on him. He's in there. He's mocking him. Now who's this coming down? We got PG, and we got Stephen Dunn in there. JC Ice and Stephen Dunn coming to the rescue.
And not a moment too soon, because Wolfie D has been hurt and hurt bad, as his wrist was locked into that chair, and Flanagan came off the turnbuckle, and Wolfie D is hurt. We're going to have to break away, but first let's see if we can get an interview with Flash Flanagan. I cannot believe what I have just witnessed in this ring right now. I cannot believe have done?
Oh,
What is this, a match tonight here in Nashville, Tennessee, an I Quit match? Are you trying to get a little advantage going into this one?
Tonight, Wolfie D, I Quit match. Well, I don't think you're going to be here. Matter of fact, I think your arm's broke. You know, I just sort of snap, crackle, pop. Oh, and it felt good. Wolfie D, I told you you were going to go to the hospital one way or the other. Now, you tell me how it feels. Tonight, I Quit match, I don't think you're going to show up. Burt Prentice, find me another opponent. I don't care who it is. As a matter of fact, it don't matter. I want anybody. First there was Doug Gilbert. He's hurt. Wolfie D, he's hurt. It doesn't matter to me anymore. You see, when I get screwed over by you or anybody out there, somebody's going to pay. Now, as far as Thanksgiving night goes, Jason Jarrett screwed me over. I'll take him. It don't matter. Let's find me an opponent for tonight. Anybody. You got the guts.
Oh, that's the words of Flash Flanagan, an I Quit match tonight at the Fairgrounds Arena. Him against Wolfie D. Wolfie D will be here. Flash Flanagan has a debt to be paid.